Hey everyone! Welcome to my first ever full-length video tutorial where I'll take you step by step through the process I used to create this camper van using Adobe Illustrator. So in the first step, you're going to use the rectangle tool to draw a square. Shift and Option, drag a copy of that square, and then turn it into a rectangle by extending the right edge. With Shift and Option held down again, drag a copy of that rectangle upwards and reduce the height to about 25%. Drag the left edge out so that it hits the center of the square. Next, you're going to need to grab the ellipse tool. You can do that by choosing it from the Tools panel or by hitting L on your keyboard. Draw two circles that will be the tires later on. In step 2, we're going to add in a little more detail. So grab the rectangle tool and start drawing out some windows as shown. Be sure again to use Shift and Option to drag copies so that the tops line up and everything is nice and uniform. The camper van was looking a little tall, so using the Direct Selection tool, I just nudged it down just a little bit. I'm continuing with the rectangle tool and I'm adding in the front window here, and I'll also add in the front and the back light. Oh, and by the way, if those pink lines aren't showing up for you, it's because your smart guides are turned off. To turn them on a Mac, hit Command U or Control U on a PC, or you can go to the top menu, View, and click Smart Guides. Using the line tool, I'm going to add the final details that will make this look a little bit more like a camper van. Now let's give our camper van a windshield. Using the Add Anchor Point tool, add two new anchor points, one just to the left of that line you drew, and one just below the top rectangle. Now, using the Remove Anchor Point tool, remove the top left anchor point from the square. Now grab the Direct Selection tool and nudge the top left corner in so that it aligns with the front of the vehicle. The final thing you need to do in this step is round out the corners where shown. Using the Direct Selection tool, click on the anchor point that you need to round and grab the little circle that pops up and just drag until it looks right. Do this for every corner as shown in the video. As you're rounding out corners, you may need to nudge the shapes around so that they fit better in the new space. You can round in individual anchor points by selecting them directly with the Direct Selection tool, or you can round all corners uniformly by first selecting it with the Selection tool and then flipping over to the Direct Selection tool and pulling on the circles. I forgot to add the tire rims that was written out in step 2, so I'll do that here. All I'm doing is making a copy of the rim and pasting it in place. You can do so by hitting Command F on a Mac or Control F on a PC. Then, using the Scale tool, I'm uniformly scaling the second circle at about 65%. Now that our camper van has taken form, it's time to make a couple adjustments using the Shape Builder tool. Here I'm just combining the inner circles and the outer circles of the tire. If you're not familiar with the Shape Builder tool, I would recommend you check out other YouTube videos that explain how it works. It's really helpful and it's a lot more faster than using the Pathfinder. I'm now coloring in the camper van using the Live Paint Bucket tool. You can access this by hitting K on your keyboard or by clicking the Shape Builder tool and holding down. It's underneath of it. Now that I've got my van looking how I want, I'm going to expand it. This allows me to make any little final tweaks I want if I want to adjust the size. If you did this as it was still in the live shape build, it would kind of behave a little funny. Thank you for following along, and I hope you found that helpful. Stay tuned for more tutorials to come.